Hey, what's up, everybody? Here we go again, episode 58 at Face Value. I'm Brian.
I'm Lucas.
Will.
Super pumped to have you back again for another week. We are rolling call-in style because we're all over the place this week. So just doing our stacked up call-in. Apologize about the last week. I was telling Lucas right before the show that we had just every imaginable technical difficulty, but the full episode has officially been uploaded. So there's a little overlap. I just put like part of it, so it is all together though. So if you get a chance, go watch that. It was a good conversation talking about the SEC, talking about our conference champions. We'll send out our full graphic here in the next few days with all of our champions, all of our dark horses, and that way we can kind of get your everybody, and we'll allow everybody else to send in your takes. That way we can kind of see where everybody differs, where everybody's the same, all that good stuff. But good stuff as always. So. More college football today. It is the last Sunday before college football begins. So we are getting ready. We
Oh
have
yeah,
6 days
6 days.
until Farmageddon. So live in
Six
Dublin,
days.
Ireland. The wait is over. So but yeah, so a lot going on today. So let's get rolling. So as always, we start with the hugs and our hikes. So Lucas, you want to kick it off?
yeah. So I don't have any hugs today. The week I don't know, nothing really going on in the sports world, but I definitely have a hike. So my hike today is going to be the Houston Astros. Um, I uh, I was lucky enough to attend the game today where they lost 12-0. It was my son's first baseball game, and the one thing that he wanted was to watch the train go. And turns out for the train to go, you have to score runs, which the Astros did not do. And so yeah, I think I might give my hug to my son for not seeing the train go, and a hike to the Houston Astros for being absolutely god awful today. So yeah, that's my hike. They can go kick a can down the road for that. And it was a
Been
brutal
really,
series overall. Yeah,
it's been a brutal couple of weeks, dude. Like
yeah,
it's been rough.
it's been very rough. So yeah, Astros take a hike.
And still somehow in first place.
Unbelievable.
Yep. What about you, Will?
I'm gonna do a little bit of a spin zone on the hug. Um, I think every Michigan Wolverine fan can give each other a hug for the absolute slap on the wrist they got from the NCAA for the 2-year investigation they've done into the cheating scandal that won them a national title. Now, we can have all the arguments we want about what should be a punishment or what should not be a punishment, but to do a 2-year investigation and then just do nothing to the entire university, why even have the investigation? I mean, this meant nothing, absolutely nothing.
Talk about a waste of resources.
For 2
Um,
years, guys, 2 years.
yeah,
I mean, 8 year Connor Stallions would have never had another job in NCAA anyway. 8 year show calls, whatever. Jim Harbaugh wanted to leave the first day he got hired at Michigan. He wanted to
Yep.
go back to the NFL. 10-year show calls, whatever. 20 million, whatever that woman that got Bryce Underwood to Michigan, she's paying the 20, or her husband's paying the 20 million for this fine they got. And then you can argue the postseason ban about, well, you're punishing people that weren't involved or whatever you want to do. But like, if you're gonna announce you're gonna do an investigation and punish a team for actually cheating, this was not the outcome that we should have arrived at. Because this did nothing. There's no punishment. All this did was encourage every other team to be like, hey, if we're in an all-in spot, let's just cheat.
So
yeah.
what? So like the suspension itself too is weird. So he's not. It's not even the first 3 games of the season that Moore got suspended.
Well,
He's
he,
getting
he
suspended for
already
the
he already
third and
yeah,
He already
they
served
already
it.
self-imposed a 2-game ban, and they picked some cupcake games. So the
Gotcha.
That's
NCAA
exactly
gave
right.
him one more game. I don't know which game it is, but it doesn't matter. I mean, they didn't take away the title. They didn't give him a postseason ban. And again, we can argue about what they should or shouldn't get, but like to spend 2 years on this and then to arrive at this conclusion, what a waste of resources and time. It meant
So
nothing.
exactly, like the NCAA for the longest time was so against paying players, but for the last 2 years, you literally paid private investigators to look into this, and I'm sure they didn't get paid like 50 grand a year to do it,
Mm.
to look into this, and then that's what you come up with. That's just crazy to me. Number one. Number two, a lot of people are talking about, oh, well, you can't punish the players who weren't there. Well, allow them to transfer out. They can transfer out. This is a Michigan thing. This isn't a players thing. So if you announce what the punishment is before the season starts, they can then have the opportunity to transfer elsewhere. So Michigan is the one actually getting punished for
Yep.
cheating.
Agreed.
So so
Agreed.
so
Also,
again,
there's no reason that to that point, Lucas, this should have come out in January. So like spring window,
absolutely,
spring. There's no reason it took 6 more months. They already knew what they were going to do. So
absolutely,
that would have given them the whole spring window to transfer out. Because yeah, continue on, but I agree with that 100%.
yeah. And again, it's water under the bridge now because I mean LSU is they were able to use that money to get a lot of other assets on defense and stuff in the portal this year. But I mean, if they announce that, Bryce Underwood's decision is completely different. So it in turn kind of affects LSU. But again, water under the bridge at this point. But it's different situations like that where 5 stars who were committed to Texas or committed to LSU or committed elsewhere. I mean, they lost out on those guys, and Michigan's
Yep.
just saying, "Hey, we're still rolling, we're still fine." Which again, um, I don't know about vacating the title and stuff like that. Like the team still won for the most part. I, I guess I can't really say too much with the badge I'm wearing on my chest right now. Um, but because I'm sure in some ways other teams were. I mean, not to the extent that Michigan was, but I don't know because what ended up coming out of it? Like, what did they find? They were filming practices.
Stealing signs.
Yeah, stealing. Yeah, so almost
We can go
exactly
back
the
to that
same
whole argument about was it even that big of a deal? But when the NCAA decides to make it that big of a deal and you
for
spend
sure.
2 years on it, that's my problem. And then
Yep.
you
Yeah,
get to this point and you essentially do absolutely nothing. You have a 3-page document of of all the sanctions and punishments you're giving out that mean absolutely hooey, nothing. It doesn't hurt the program iota. So
yeah,
why make it this big deal?
agreed.
But yeah, so everybody at Michigan can hug each other because you got off scot-free.
And the NCAA for another week in a row can take a
Unless they
hike.
can once again take a hike. I'm gonna give
I
a hug
agree.
to Saints fans because it's looking like Spencer Rattler is going to be the starting quarterback for the football team this upcoming season, from
Let's
what
go,
I've
baby.
seen. So
Really? I have not seen this.
that was the latest report I saw is that Spencer Rattler is looking like he'll be the starter, unless there's a way that Tyler Shough can pull it out. But
Wow.
it's looking like a
Carson
rough
Beck Sr. is
situation.
going to be starting in the NFL this
Yeah,
year. Interesting.
Well, I mean, the Saints didn't lose today. They didn't win either.
they
They
actually
tied seven.
scored.
They
They
tied
scored like the
17
last
17.
second.
Yeah. So, and that
That's
was all down
funny.
to Spencer Rattler, baby.
I mean,
Right, dude.
this does just present itself as the most blatant tank job of most recent memory.
He went 18
I
of
mean,
24 with 199 yards and a touchdown today.
Oh, so he gave him the perfect stat line to give him the vote of confidence to be the starting quarterback. But
There you go.
at the end of the game where the scout team's running for the
yeah,
Jags.
I mean, it's preseason football. I mean, yeah, it kind of
Yeah.
counts as football, but that's a very loose conversation there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Agreed.
But yeah, but the Saints, it's not looking good, guys. Which we know. But
Yeah. Dumpster fire for Nussmeier, dude.
Oh yeah. Dude, speaking of quarterbacks, so I don't know if we ever talked about this. So did y'all see that the Browns signed Tyler Huntley onto their roster now? So
Yeah,
now they're up to six quarterbacks on their roster currently. I mean, Deshaun Watson, he's still out with injuries or whatever, but it's just crazy. Like Joe Flacco hasn't played a snap yet. Shadur and Huntley played last week. This week it was
Dylan
Gabriel
Gabriel. Yeah,
and Tyler Huntley. So Kenny Pickett hasn't played yet. So either A, like Pickett's going to be the starter and they're just not, and they're just trying to see what else the other guys can do, or I don't really know what the plan is over there in Cleveland, but to have six
No,
quarterbacks in their quarterback room right now is insane.
dude, they're going to be vying with the Saints for sure. Them and the Jets. It's going to be rough for all three of those teams.
Oh, the Panthers too, dude. The Panthers have looked like I know we said preseason or it doesn't mean a whole lot, but the Panthers in the preseason have looked absolutely awful. Like I
But the
think
Panthers, the Panthers get the Saints twice though.
of
that is
those three
true.
teams, I would crazy to say out loud. Of those three teams, I'm taking the Panthers to be the best. Bryce Young showed a little bit of promise at the end of last year. Justin Fields has looked abysmal in the preseason.
Hmm.
Absolutely abysmal. And Cleveland has been a dumpster fire since they moved back to Cleveland. So, I mean,
Yep.
yeah, that's just whatever it is over there. But
Mm,
Gonna be crazy, man. So we'll
yeah,
see. But yeah, so your boy Scotty Scheffler got another win today. Will, we were talking about big win on
yeah,
his end.
yeah. I mean, it's just crazy, like how dominant somebody can be in a sport. I mean, at least in my lifetime, I don't remember since Tiger in the early 2000s or kind of mid 2000s, '05 to '07. I mean, it happens to be golf again, but like just where somebody, maybe Nadal on uh on the clay
Hmm.
at the Aussie Open, just continuously winning. But Scotty just wins and wins and wins. Then we get to the end of the season, we're having the FedEx Cup playoffs, and like last week, he gets in the mix. I think he finished third this week, just kind of randomly, just slowly creeping up, and then McIntyre just pisses down his leg. Scotty wins
Mm.
again. Like just complete dominance of the game at every facet. And it's pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, no,
for
he's
sure.
I mean he's been really good. Like you just keep waiting just because I know we've talked about it. It's like there's been so many good golfers, so you just wait for that eventual fall off. And like you said, he just keeps finding a way to just keep doing it and keep playing and keep winning. And his fifth PGA win already this year. I mean, he's on an absolute tear right now.
It was his fifth one.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
he's already having a worse season than last year with 5 wins on the PGA Tour. To put in perspective like how dominant he is at this moment.
Golly.
And he
Yeah,
started
that's
off very cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he had a rough start to the season for sure. Like he was not playing good golf at all, and just
mm-mm.
turned it on.
And
It's
it
pretty
just I
crazy.
don't know. It seems like second nature. Like it's not even I he had the interview a few weeks ago where it was like, yeah, you get up every day wanting to win, but like at the end of the day, like what does all this really mean kind of thing. And then he just still goes out and just kicks everybody's ass. Like it's really no big deal. Like for him to find the motivations, the kind of the hard part, like what is really all this going to end up at, and still nobody can beat him.
Yeah,
Impressive. Yeah. It's just impressive on the golf course.
for
And he's
sure.
What
young,
How
guys.
I was gonna say, how old is he?
28 or 29. I'm not
I
for
was gonna
sure.
say is
It's one of two. I know he's not 30 yet.
29. Yeah, he's 29.
man.
But it also does feel like he has 7 or 8 majors.
No, he only has like
He has
four.
four. He has four.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he
So
won
he
two
has
of them
like
this year.
yeah,
So he's got a long way to
yeah,
go in the major category, but as far as dominance, at a peak of time, fairly impressive. Fairly
Well,
impressive.
well, think about it with Tiger. Like Tiger won his first major at 21, right?
Hmm.
So he did it for a longer period of time as well. So he had the opportunity to stack up those major wins. Scotty won his first one, what, 3 years ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah.
So he's, what, 26? It's a
Much
5 year
later.
difference,
Yeah.
So at some point, Father Time catches up to you, or some random stud kid pulls up into the on tour and starts
Well,
outplaying
yeah.
you. But
Golf is very finicky because what? I mean, when Roy burst on the scene,
oh,
he was the
everybody
next
was like,
Tiger. He was winning everything.
absolutely,
Jordan Spieth went on that run where it looked like he'd never lose again.
he looks
Hmm.
And
awful.
he's a very just average golf player now. Like I
I
don't know the
mean,
last time he won. I really
He
don't
might
know
be
the last time he
below
won.
average now, honestly.
Yeah,
I, 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 sh-
he's
I
just kind
shouldn't
of
say
there.
awful. I shouldn't say awful. Awful. He's still a pro, but for the
Where it looked like
median,
he was going,
yes, for the median of golfers, professional golfers, he's definitely in the middle bottom half at this point of his
Hmm.
career.
and
Where, like you said,
whenever he went on that run, you'd have thought,
oh
"Holy
yeah,
hell, he's gonna make a generational run," and it
I
just
just
didn't pan out.
I just don't think we'll ever see like a Tiger run ever again, like that long of a period of time. Like I don't think that's ever happening ever again.
No, we're just that
That's
long a
fair. I
streak
think
for
also
sure.
the Aurora of Tiger is the what if all the personal stuff doesn't happen, if the injuries don't happen, like how much better could he have been? How many more would he have won?
I
Because
mean, but he's
he
still, even with all that, he's still at 15, which is
exactly.
unbelievable. Yeah,
But
for sure.
he only had the run from the late 90s, early 2000s, and then from what, '02 to '05, he didn't win one. Then from '05 to '07, nobody could beat him.
Yeah,
And then we go '07 to '13, everything happens and he's still great, but there's so much other stuff going on. And then from 13 on now, of course, we've seen what's all unfolded, but he was that good. And like, if you really bring it down to a micro level, like it's only about a 6 year span that he did all of this in. 6 to 8 year span. So like if that goes to a macro level, talking 20, 25 majors, guys.
For sure. It's crazy to imagine.
yeah.
I
I mean,
guess we'll never know.
he almost won the Triple Crown in 2000,
Yes.
which is
He's
unreal.
the only one to ever hold all four majors at one time. He just didn't win it in a
Yes,
calendar year
yes. He had won the U.S. Open, the Open, and the PGA Championship in 2000, and then the Masters in
in
2001
'01.
was the
Mm.
They
first major of the year where he had all four,
they still
which
call
is
it the Tiger Slam. He's the first one four in a row, almost had it in the calendar year.
yeah, and
And no one's come close since.
I don't think that's ever going to happen ever again. It's kind of crazy.
Gotta appreciate it while
Yeah,
it's there.
that's right.
All right. Well, you ready again because some college football?
I'm down. I'm down. Uh,
So
I
go
was
ahead.
I was going to touch on the Premier League for a second, but let's talk football, dude. It's a week. It's a week away. We have all season to talk about the Premier League.
I'll say the
All,
opening week. It
all,
was opening week of Premier League was this week. So
all I'll say is Arsenal won 1-0 against Manchester United. Big win for the first game. Had to hold on, but we'll do a weekly Arsenal check-in. How about that?
what
There
was
it
your
is.
initial? I
Sure.
guess what was your initial impression of Man U though? You think they'll be better than
I'm,
last year?
I mean, I think they're obviously better than last year. Last year they were like 17th in the league. They were awful.
Yeah.
15th, 15th. Like they're not finishing that low. They're going to be better, but to their standards, I mean, they always play Arsenal very hard, and it was at Old Trafford. It was at Manchester United. So I think I think that game was just one of those games that it's like a rivalry, right? You just Manchester United for how bad they've been the last 5 years. It's always a close game against Arsenal every year.
Hmm.
So I think it was just one of those, and it was the first game of the season. all the players trying to get their legs out underneath them. They're a little rusty, that kind of thing. So they'll definitely be better, but uh, their goal is to finish like top six. Like if they can get into the top six, that's a good season for them, I think. But they look pretty good.
I'll
They
say
made some
probably
really big
top 10 at
signings.
this point with the last few seasons. You're just getting top
Yeah,
10 this year.
yeah, but that's not good enough for United. Like United fans are
Oh
like
yeah.
they're like Cowboy fans. They're like Yankee fans. Like they wanna be competing for the league at least.
Mm,
But that's not going to be the season.
no.
Yeah, but
It's got to show some improvement.
yeah we'll whenever we have more time, like Cupcake Week, Week 2, we can kind
Hmm.
of dive into it a little bit more, and Will
There you
can
go.
watch a few
Sounds good.
games.
Bad time to start, boys. I mean, it's college football. Like I am buzzing
All
on the
in.
edge
Yeah,
of this. We are 6 days away. Like I didn't
yeah,
realize Premier League started at the same time, but respectfully, I couldn't give a fuck less. Like I'm
yes,
so locked into college football. Like, there's no chance anything else is
but
gonna get my attention right now.
Will, what about like a 6:30 a.m. kickoff or like a 9 a.m. kickoff to lead you right in the first kick for college football? It's perfect, dude. It rolls in perfect. You can get your coffee in, just chill, get ready for the big day of
The
drinking
bad side
beers.
of it,
I
the
was
bad
gonna
side
say
of it
like
is if they
coffee
play
for.
it.
I'm already having a beer mosa at that time. Like I'm fucking locked into football. And I'm talking
Yeah.
about the real football. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about what they call football over in Europe, guy. I'm talking
Yeah.
football. Football. It's time. I'm ready.
That's funny. I'll say the bad side is when they're playing 6:30 in the morning on Sunday after a night after college football.
Yeah. Typically Sunday games kick off at 8 a.m. So the kids
Yeah,
will definitely
true.
be up by then. So,
Yeah.
but no, for sure. Yeah. Let's get into it.
All right, let's get into it. So, last 4 weeks we've been going through our conference champions and our dark horses. So this week, in no particular order, we're not giving our official 12 team rankings. We are just going to give our take on the 12 teams that we think are going to make the playoff and see how that lines up. So, I think kind of like we did last year, we'll probably do the same kind of thing. Like one of us will lead off, and then we'll just kind of see how we compare, and we'll see who's got the controversial takes, and we'll talk about it. So,
I,
who
I
wants to
do
lead
want to
it
get in.
all?
I do
Go
want to
ahead.
get into one thing college football wise before we go into the 12 teams because it's pertinent on the playoff. Has the Big Ten lost their mind, guys?
Oh, the
I mean,
2014 playoff?
24 to. I mean, we have to talk about this first.
Yeah.
24 to 28 teams. That is one of the more ridiculous things I've ever heard. At this point, let's just make it the NCAA basketball tournament. Shit, throw them all in there. Why
Yep.
not? Let's just
Everybody
start
I
week
wins.
mean,
one, single elimination. We get to the end of the season and see who wins. What are we doing? What are we even talking about?
yeah, I think 24 is a little excessive. I honestly wouldn't be that against it, man. Like I really wouldn't.
Oh, well, then here we go. That's fine. I love this. I love
So
this.
so so
I
I
love
didn't
this.
I mean, why would you not want a tournament to determine the champion instead of let's get some guys in a room and pick the best 12 and let them go at it? Like, I don't know. I think it should be determined on the field. And the more teams that are in the playoff and playing meaningful football, I think it's better for the sport, in my opinion. That's what makes the NCAA tournament so good, right? The Cinderella stories. You see, obviously football is a lot different, right? The discrepancy is different, but things happen, right? Um, Northern Illinois goes on the road and beats Notre Dame. Like, was Notre Dame really that good? They made it to the national championship last year, and they lost to Northern Illinois. If they slip up in the first round against, I don't know, Duke or Baylor, because Duke and Baylor are probably not getting in this year if they're 9-3, right? But if they had an opportunity, I mean, I don't see what the problem is, in my
Well,
opinion.
that was the deal with the 2018 proposal is seven Big Ten, seven SEC,
Hmm.
five ACC, five Big 12. two group of five, and then two at large, which just
Yeah.
means you're getting an eighth Big Ten and SEC team in. That's all two at large means. Like that's not gonna be anything else.
I mean, whenever we talked about the SEC, like obviously we had the middle of the pack, right? We had the middle of the pack, kind of the top nine teams, or
Yeah,
I guess what did we say, five through 12? I
Hmm.
mean, honestly, on any given season, Ole Miss beat Georgia last year. You know what I mean? Like you get a matchup like that, that could happen for sure. I think it would
yeah.
be, I think it would be must watch football. That's for sure.
It would bring an NCAA tournament m magnitude feel to it. But I think that's also the beauty of the NCAA tournament. Like it's kind of its own thing. But like in football, I don't know. I bowl games would have to cease to exist. There's no
No,
point
they
to
don't.
have them. Yes, they
There's no point.
do, guy. You get
There's
rid
no
of
point.
conference championships, you start the next week. Like these
Nah.
teams would be playing, they'd be playing 20 game seasons.
No, 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 no. Bowl games are never going to cease to exist. Like the
They
teams
can't
that
because
don't
of
get in.
sponsors, but if you're gonna get like this kind of engagement in a playoff, if you were to really make bowl games matter at all, they lose all credibility with this.
Bowl games have never mattered.
I
That's the thing.
understand that, but like they really don't at all now. Why even
They
play
never
them?
did. Why play them now? People are opting out all the time. All
But
these people who are going to the draft opt out. Like your bowl games are literally a glorified scrimmage for next year to see
true,
what
but
what players are
bowl game
coming.
bowl games are still a buffer right now because you have a buffer between conference championship to first round playoff. So you have football buffer. To do this kind of playoff, you have to start conference championship weekend.
Yeah, that's
Nobody
fine.
cares about the rest of it.
No, but again, what you do in that situation is you absolutely axe all of the cupcake games. You just play conference games and then it's set. Like so, you have like an eight to 10 game slate. Let's do 10. You have a 10 game season, and that's what it is. And if you don't make the playoff, then you go to the bowl game. So if it's seven, the number eight SEC team will play the number eight or number six ACC team in the Sugar Bowl. The Sugar Bowl will still be there.
So how many non 6-6 teams do you allow at that point though? Because if you're thinking, that's another thing. It's like if you got 28 teams in the playoff versus 12, like that's 16 teams that aren't getting bowl games. So now all
I
of a
mean, I don't.
sudden, like I know we're saying like bowl games don't matter, but it's like if you're trying to fill, what is it, 41 bowl games or whatever,
Oh, you don't.
like
You don't do them all. You don't. You can't. You won't do them all.
that's
There's
what
no
I'm saying. But where
chance.
where do you cut it off? Because all these companies, like they're still going to want to get their money. Like obviously from a gameplay situation, like they're not going to be good, but it's still like
Yeah,
they're still getting their money just from the marketing. So now
it'll
you're
probably be
telling
a
them like,
It'll be probably a regional thing, right? Just like
yeah,
Texas State's gone to the Frisco Bowl every year, right? What does that really do?
yeah,
Nothing. You know what I mean? It'll be a regional thing, or it'll be, I guess, Northwestern or some of those northern schools. They'll just go to Florida for a weekend for a fun trip out, get out of the
hmm,
cold, and those games will still be played like on a Tuesday. Like the playoff games, I'm sure will be played Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or probably not Sunday if they compete with the NFL, but Friday, Saturday, and then the rest of the games will be played the other days, just like bowl season is, where you have random games on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, getting ready for like Christmas. I don't know. I, to me, the more teams that are in, I, let's play the game on the field. Let's play the game on the field. In my opinion, I don't hate it. Is all I'm saying. I don't hate it.
I hate it with every ounce of my bones.
Yeah, I know.
Every ounce of my bones, dude. I hate it.
So so
I
so
saw it
so
come through and I hated it every single thing I read.
so why do you hate it? Like, what's like? Does it just water down? Like, does it? Because a lot of people are like, oh, well, now the regular season doesn't matter, but it does. Like your regular season,
It's
you have to
gonna
fight for
be
a top
hey,
seven
it's
spot.
it's gonna sound hard for me to argue because like I love the NCAA tournament. I love what it represents, like giving everybody these chances. But I don't know, like you play 12 games to earn a spot. We've already gone to 12 teams. We're gonna get to 16 probably next year. For the longest time, it was zero, then two, and then four. Now we're at 12. Now we're going to 16. Like now we're just gonna jump to 28.
Okay,
Like,
so
what is the
so
point of playing all these games
what?
if you're
So
not going to
okay,
earn anything?
okay. So what's the difference in that between Texas high school football?
High school kids don't get paid.
I mean, some of them do.
That's probably true.
Some of them absolutely do. There's literally like I was seeing that too. Like some states have put legislation into their like state laws that they can literally recruit and give NIL deals to high school players to come to their schools. Like legitimately,
inc-
there's
including
states that are doing
Texas.
that. I guess Texas
This
is one of them.
this is
So
just
so
me
again,
being, I guess, just me being like an old head of like I was happy with the progress we made, and I liked where we got, and now I just feel like we're sprinting past it, trying to capture something that we may not need in college football.
but you mentioned earning it, right? So right now, so let's take this for example. That's okay. This is the soccer European soccer thing that in me, right? In a normal season, like I could care less about like a Kentucky Mississippi State football game. But if Kentucky and Mississippi State are 7-8 or 8-9, and they need a win to get into the seventh spot, like that's a game I'm going to tune into. Like they're going to play all out. They're going to try to get that seventh spot. You know what I mean? In a normal season, like that game, once you lose 3 games, season's over. Like let's prepare from next year. Let's get some younger guys some reps. Whereas now, if there's 7 teams in a conference that are going to go to the playoff, now you have something to play for, right? If you lose the first 3 games of the season, because teams are allowed to improve, right? So if you lose the first 3 games of the season, oh, season's over. Let's just try to sneak a few wins here and there. Now, if there's 7 spots available, like you're still fighting. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, I
I,
do because that's the whole reason we love the 12 team playoff because now a loss week one doesn't mean you have to run the table the rest of the year to make the playoff.
but you have a little room for error in a
Agreed,
very
but
tough conference,
now you expand to 28, you can lose the first 2 weeks and phew, we're fine. We can
for
lose
sure.
two more times and probably get in.
Yeah,
Like
but again,
you're just
it's
making the mediocrity of 8-4, maybe even 7-5 is getting into a playoff.
yeah, I'm fine with that. Vanderbilt beat Vanderbilt beat Alabama last year. That happened.
It did.
Like, yeah, like that's and again, Vanderbilt is a mediocre program, 100%. But they were able to beat Alabama. They should have beat Mizzou. Like they were wins on their schedule that were pretty good. I mean, I'm not saying Vanderbilt deserved to be in the playoff last year, but in certain years, like Vanderbilt will never sniff the playoff in this current format. No offense to Vanderbilt football. In a 17 playoff, if they have a good year, good recruiting class come through, now they got a shot. Because Vanderbilt, nobody. How hard is it to build up a program like Vanderbilt? Like, how are you going to recruit kids to come to Vanderbilt
In
University to
the
play
SEC,
football?
it's the hardest job in the SEC.
Absolutely. And so, if there's a 17 playoff, that makes their recruiting life a little bit easier. Saying, "Hey, come with us. We can make a run here and make a playoff and try to make something special happen." But right now, like you had to get a New Mexico kid come over, and I mean,
But like
they beat Bama.
if we were worried about last year when teams were getting their teeth kicked in the first round, would we not see that in a 2018 playoff?
I mean, dude, we see 16-1 matchups all the time. in college basketball. Like, it's awful. That's an
We've
awful watch. 99% of the time.
exactly, but whenever it hits, it's great. And it's hit
Ex-
what,
ex-
twice? In all of
Boise
these years,
State.
it's hit twice?
Boise State. I feel like it's more likely to happen in college football than it would be in basketball.
Yeah, but you're not giving the Cinderellas a real chance. You're only inviting two Cinderellas.
Yeah,
They're inviting two group of five. They say, oh, there's two more at large. That's hogwash. It's going to be another Big Ten or an SEC team. It's not two more
it should
Cinderellas to
be
the party.
it should be two Pac-12 teams, but I digress.
Well, that'd only be the two teams, so we're fine. Uh, they shouldn't even play the season, and they're just in. But I don't know. I think it dilutes it, and I think it to me, as much as I love the
It,
NCAA tournament in basketball, I'm not sure I would like this as much. And then if your team gets in, I guess you're still excited because you have a chance to win it, but it's like, do you really? Like you kind of got a handout. You didn't really earn shit.
if Texas A&M made the playoff, would you be excited if they were the seventh team in from the SEC? Absolutely.
Yeah, because you still have
And
a chance. But like,
exactly, that's the point. That's the point.
it is the
Is
point.
get
I still don't like
and
it.
and my thing as well. If it does away with cupcake games against these FCS schools, I'm all for it even more.
It won't, guy.
See, that's crazy. That's just crazy then.
It won't because the record then still matters, just like it does now. The whole
Yeah,
reason they
but
still want to keep playing cupcakes.
yeah, but they just recently. I think the Big Ten and the SEC have it. You have to schedule a Power Five non-conference, at least one a season, and so they can have rules and stipulations saying, look, we're now doing away completely with non-conference games, and we're just going to a conference slate because
And
there's plenty of teams in both conferences. I know the athletic directors want it, don't want it. The SEC commissioners and everybody wants it because they want those big matchups every week.
but you'll see a line out the door to schedule Purdue, Stanford, Cal. Like they're not
For
going to be
what?
just lining up to play all the big games.
No, no, no. The conference determines the schedules. It's all like 10 conference games, just like the COVID season.
Oh, you're
Every year is
saying
10
just
conference games.
strictly conference, just strictly
Strictly
conference.
comp,
Hmm.
strictly
Okay,
conference. Strict 10 strict conference games. The top seven out of the conference goes to the playoff. I'm good with that. I'm
that would
100% good
be
with that.
that's the only way I would agree to this expanded playoff. Because
I,
if you're
I'm with you.
playing four out of conference games and then you get just a walk in because you played Missouri Valley State or some crap, like no, get out of here with that
I,
crap. Like
okay, I agree with that. I agree 100% with that. I'm the biggest opponent to freaking cupcake games. That needs to take a hike. That needs to go.
that's fair.
If you go look at week two's matchups, it's awful. The slate is awful.
Hmm.
Like, you build up this whole season for week one. It's a great day on Saturday, and then week two, it's just going to be a dud.
Brian, what's your take? It's just been me and Lucas going at each other's throats. So
I'm enjoying it. So no, I mean my only take is like I see both sides. I see the expanded for sure. Like while y'all were talking, I was looking at the standings of each conference from last year. And so like the ACC, I mean obviously we had SMU, Miami, and Clemson. Those were the three ranked teams. The other two weren't even like the other two wouldn't even be ranked in the top 25. Like the Big 12, it
Okay, but who were
was
they? Who were the other two? Was it
so
Syracuse and
the
Georgia Tech?
so the ACC, it would have been Syracuse at 9-3 and Louisville at 8-4.
Could I mean Louisville beat Clemson? Like, that's a good football team. I don't
I
know.
don't, yeah, but like the Big 12, I mean, it was Arizona State, BYU, Iowa State, Colorado, and Baylor, who went 8-5 last year.
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, solid clubs.
I don't know. I think it's just I do wonder how much it would water it down, like getting in with eight with five losses. I mean, I could see four maybe, but if you're going in at 7-5, and it's just like, oof, I don't know. It'd be tough.
But it's we won't harp on it too much longer. But it's like the same thing. It's like the same thing in the NFL. Whenever you have a bad division and you win the division and you have a losing record and you go and play a playoff game,
See,
like it's
but
the same thing.
this also reminds me of when it was when it was at a 16 playoff, and the Cowboys were always going 8-8 and they were barely missing. And so then Jerry Jones was like, we should have more playoff teams. So that because then that helps the Cowboys have a better chance of getting in. It's kind of like the same thing. Like the SEC and the Big Ten are saying, let's have more playoff teams because then our Alabamas, they're not missing out. And like those teams that are normally three losses, they're missing out. Now they're in because now it's benefiting us. So that's what it feels like more to me than anything else is like there's no more controversy because now our big names, our Alabamas and teams like that, like they're getting in now.
It's for sure. It's for sure a money grab. That's what this all is. 100%. It's for sure a money grab, no doubt. But when Dallas was going 8-8, they were also in one of the toughest divisions in football. Like if they would have been playing in
No,
the NFC, wasn't
the
that whenever
NFC
the Giants were
East,
winning Super Bowls?
Bro, the NFC East has not
no,
been one of the toughest divisions in a long time.
no.
How long ago was that?
When the Cowboys were going 8-8, like the Commanders would win at like 9-7, or like it was like there was no like good team.
The NFC
I thought that
East
was
has had very good success at the top end, but as far as being a top to bottom good division, it's not that consistent.
I thought that was when the freaking Giants were winning Super Bowls and shit.
The
But
Giants' first
when the
Super Bowl
Giants
win,
were
they were a wild card team.
correct, exactly,
For
Brian. Like
sure.
they weren't a good team. They were just somehow
Yeah.
winning.
They got hot. Well, Michael Strahan was retiring, so they had to give him a ring. So
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But
The script,
again,
guys. The script, remember.
the
It's all written
script.
out.
yeah, for sure. I don't know. I do see that point too, for sure. It's definitely a money grab. That at the end of the day, that's what it is. Like
Yeah, for sure.
you want more chances of good games, that meaningful games, because
And
that's what eyes are going to be watching.
I love it. I'll be honest. I did not think that was going to be your take. So I love talking ball. This is fun. Normally we
Yeah.
all
I
three
agree.
kind of just agree right away, and it's kind of like, yeah, all right. I love talking
I,
ball. So
yeah.
this is fun.
But for me, like my whole point is there are going to be more games that matter for teams that it typically doesn't. Right. Just like a relegation battle in soccer,
Yeah, that's
which I
true.
think is
Just to get your head knocked off 62 nothing in first round of the playoff. That's all right.
maybe, or you could be like Arizona State and take it to UT. You know,
Good.
you never know. Absolutely.
That's it would to me it would just mirror the NCAA tournament. Yes, you're right. You get the Cinderellas, you get the Arizona States that battle up against the big guy. Then you also have 31 other games that just stunk.
Yeah, sometimes.
That's just kind of how it goes. So
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Mm, I think it's different now though too. Is like if this happened 15 years ago, yeah, I don't think it would do as well. But with NIL and talent dispersing more across the country, I feel like it could make who knows what it's going to be like in 10 years whenever they level the playing field a little bit more. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see.
the
It's
the
not going to
the,
happen though
the
because
one other point
the SEC's totally against it.
the one other point I guess for it is that where we're at now, and I guess it's probably wherever. Like in all of our picks we've done the last 4 weeks, schedule disparity plays such a major factor in this
Absolutely.
to make your conference title game, make a playoff. If you expand it, that opens it up to teams that just got absolutely hammered on the schedule that are
Yep.
could be very good teams and teams like your Indiana,
Mizzou's.
SMU's don't sneak through the cracks, and teams like in the SEC like an Oklahoma or Florida that could have been better but just got hammered by an impossible schedule.
Yeah,
Even though they might be 8-4, but they can go kick an 11-1 team's butt because that team just scooted by on an
yeah,
easy
they're battle
schedule.
tested.
So
Yeah, they're
correct.
battle
So
tested. Yeah,
that if there's any argument that I would buy there, it would back off the obvious schedule disparity there is in college football right now.
but if you had 10 conference games and no cupcakes, that
Well, then
levels
we're
that out
yeah,
a little bit
now
too.
we're
Yeah,
getting rid of all that at that point then. But if the
yeah,
current format
and
stayed the same,
yeah, and conference championships would go bye bye
I would have to,
I
100%.
I I guess the ACC and Big 12 still matters, but I mean the Big 10 and SEC conference championship can just go away now too. It's a useless game.
for sure.
I mean, if you're saying you're not going to punish teams for losing the championship game to get in the playoff, I mean, then there literally is no point.
It's a useless game. Useless game. And last year I understand the money, I get that. But I mean even last year's ACC game was useless. They both got in.
Yep,
The only Power Four game that mattered was the Big 12.
yep,
And I'm sure we're about to get into it. That might be the only one that matters this year too. So
I would say the
yep.
ACC one was not useless because that's how Clemson did get in.
That's true.
Because SMU is a higher ranked team.
well they both got in.
I know, but
So did
if
Miami.
SMU beat Clemson, Clemson was not going to get in.
I think
Oh,
you're right.
that's true.
Miami didn't
That's
get
true.
in.
Yeah, but he's
Oh
saying
yeah,
if
yeah, that's right. Miami would have been in the yes. If the conference game wasn't there, Miami would have been the team in.
because
I
if
think.
but well
No, SMU was higher ranked.
even if SMU beats
True.
Clemson and then that gives Clemson four losses, maybe Miami sneaks in.
Yeah,
I don't know. Terrible defense. I mean, abysmal all-time bad defense, tacked with a generationally good offense. But that's last year's argument, boys. It's 2025, so
yeah. So what we got? Let's do it.
Hey, it made the Pop Tart Bowl exciting. So
Yeah,
for a half,
for a
for
half. Yes.
for a half,
and Cam Ward got his record and he said, "I'm good."
yeah. I'm gonna take my number one overall pick stipend, and I'll see you boys later.
Adios. All right, let's get into it. All right. So let's do our 12 team rankings. So, or not rankings, but our 12 team picks. So, who wants to lead it off? Who wants to give their
Do
controversial
y'all just
picks?
okay? You want to start controversial?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you can
I'm
just,
having a
Okay,
blast with this. Let's do it.
okay.
well, we
How
can
about we
do,
just do this? How about we
how
just
about
do
we do
this?
the
Let's pick.
obvious ones and then we can work down?
Okay, I got Penn State as the number one team in the nation, but and Penn State's in. Do y'all agree?
I
Penn
agree.
State's in.
Okay, I have Clemson in. Do y'all agree?
Clemson.
Agreed.
Agreed.
I have Texas in. Do y'all agree?
Agreed.
Agreed.
I have Ohio State in. Do y'all agree?
Agree.
Agreed.
I have LSU in.
Agree.
Agree.
Okay. I have Georgia in.
I agree.
Agree.
Okay. That's all I have. That we might have some differences from here on out.
I mean, was
So
that
All right.
y'all
six? Was that six?
one
That is
one
six
two
teams. Yeah.
three four five six. Yes. We might have different ones from here on out.
Let's see it.
All. I'm guessing no because Lucas didn't say this team, so I'm guessing we all don't have Oregon in because you're not
I do
sold on
not.
Dante Moore
I have
I do not
Oregon.
have Oregon. I do not
because
have
you're
Oregon.
because I'm assuming it's because you're not sold on Dante Moore.
I am not sold on Dante Moore. I have three Big Ten teams in though. I have USC getting in.
I do
You
not
did
have
pick them as
USC.
your dark horse, which
No, I think USC again. They have two very tough games, and then the rest of the schedule is manageable. They have Notre Dame and Oregon. They could easily be a 10-2 team,
can
11-1, 11 and
can you
one if they beat Oregon.
can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
yeah,
I don't think USC means more than 8 games.
that's fine. That's I got USC. I think USC can absolutely backdoor into this as a Big Ten team for sure. Um, so that's one of our differences. Do you have any other Big Ten teams then? Or is that it?
I
Oregon.
do.
Do you have three or four?
I have four.
I only have
I
three.
have I have Nebraska getting in.
You picked my
Mm,
dark horse to get in?
I did.
those
I
are
didn't even
co-dark
go that
horses.
bold, Brian.
So if you
Those are
look at their
co-dark
schedule,
horses.
if you look at their
Oh, that's right. That's
schedule,
right. I forgot.
their
Asterisks.
schedule, yeah, their schedule lines up so well. So Sharon Moore is not going to be in Nebraska for the Michigan game. They host USC in November.
Didn't
They're
matter. They were
one.
going to lose anyway.
But I could see Nebraska legitimately going 10-2 if everything lines up like everything usually does in Matt Rule's year three. I could see them going 10-2, potentially 11-1 this year. Penn State would
Mm,
be the one like loss for sure. But like there's not another game in there. Like USC will be a tough one, but it's at home. There's not another game in there that that they should not win.
That's the whole
yeah.
reason they are my dark horse, and this is why we have discussion, boys. By the end of this, I might have four Big Ten teams in here. Right now, I'm at three right now.
Yeah.
I could
So
change
yeah,
my
I got
mind.
four. I got Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon, and Nebraska. Those are my four.
So you do have Oregon too,
I do have Oregon,
Yeah.
yeah.
because I know we did this during the Big Ten breakdown. Oregon's schedule looks even easier than I remember looking at it.
Yes.
They play Penn State and then at home in Indiana, and there's not a game other. The only other hard game they have is at Washington. That's only
Yep.
because it's at
Last game of the
Washington.
year. Yep.
No other
They have
game on the schedule.
USC.
No, bro, no. Or,
Okay.
Oregon's gonna be a 17-point favorite in that game.
We'll
They
17-point favorite.
they won't
No
be, but
chance.
like they they'll be a 7.5-point favorite. Oregon wins that game by 17.
Mm, we'll
Clip it,
see.
Brian. Clip it.
I'm flipping it 52-18. No, I think Oregon.
We're
I
feeling
think same
frisky,
thing, just
boys.
with
It's
their
college
schedule.
football. I'm ready to talk about some shit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No,
I just
yeah, I
don't
don't see
trust
any reason
Dante
why they
Moore at
don't get
all.
in. But it's,
And
I mean,
number one wide receiver is going to be a freshman.
Evan Stewart's out. I understand that, but they still
The
have enough
weapons are not.
playmakers.
Uh, we'll see. I, I think Oregon. I don't think Oregon was a very good football team last year, and they went undefeated. Like they should have lost to Boise State at home. Like that should have happened.
Was it
I think
also
they're
was it Idaho that was close? We talked about it last year too. Like they had
some
another
something
close game.
crazy.
yeah.
So again,
But that's the
I think
thing.
their team
So,
is. I think their team is worse this year as well.
see, I don't know.
And but I would argue the schedule's easier. So that's
Absolutely,
I'm not saying they're going to win
but
the national title, but I think
no, for sure.
they get to the playoff.
But I think with them being worse, trips against or games against Indiana and Iowa are going to be more difficult this year than they would have been last year. That's just like a team like Iowa could just like put it to them. I'm not saying they're going to, but that could be a thing,
I
especially if
wasn't
Dante Moore doesn't figure it out.
I was a little bit on the Iowa bandwagon of them getting over the hump. Did y'all see the videos coming out of Iowa camp?
No,
Mm-mm.
Oh, guys,
are
it
they
looked
my
like a
dark horse now
seventh
or what?
it looked like a seventh grade B team. Like just
Oh
fumbling
yikes!
snaps and just couldn't
Oh,
get handoffs and
but
um
we know what their offense is going to be.
yeah, but the whole reason that I had optimism was the offense is going to be improved. Maybe this was a great job by the production there to span everybody off of it, but it looked awful.
Man, yeah, you just don't publish those videos then. You know what I mean?
It was so bad, like obviously so bad, but there was no reason to
Yeah,
put him out there,
yeah,
but
that's
they
rough.
did. So maybe it's an
Um,
all-time hoodwink by their. social media team, but if
Do
not,
y'all
yikes.
do y'all have Notre Dame in?
Yeah.
I do.
I, I do too.
But man,
Do you
like
have
Another
I know we
schedule.
have question marks about them. Their
there's
schedule is
there's
They have
it's
two.
very
tough?
They
front
have.
heavy.
Did you say rough?
It's front
I
heavy
mean, it's very front heavy. They're losing to A&M.
They have two games. They're losing to A&M.
They're
Week
losing to Northern Iowa.
week one is the biggest kicker to me
at Miami.
Absolutely,
at Miami because that to me is going to be it's gonna flip either of their season
Hmm.
because I have a
dude.
lot
They
of
could
question marks about Miami and I have a lot of question marks about Notre Dame. But if Notre Dame loses to Miami, they start 0-2. That's bad. They could reel off 10 straight wins and be just fine.
But dude, so again, so they go 0-2. Then they beat Purdue at home, but then they go to Arkansas. Arkansas. I mean, they're not going to be the best SEC school that ever lived, but they're going to have athletes on the field. They got Boise State. They could lose that one as well. NC State's going to be improved. I mean, I think USC goes in there and beats Notre Dame, in my opinion. But again, I don't think y'all agree with that. We talked about Pitt. Pitt's going to be a tough one on the road. I
I
We'll
disagree.
see, man.
Buying a lot of pit stock right now. I'm buying a
I
lot of
I
pit stock right now. Eli Holstein's
I
a dog, dude. I didn't realize.
he is, dude. Like
I knew
they're
he was
returning a
good.
lot.
I knew he was good, and like we talked about how good Pitt was to start last season, and like the bad drop off. When you could actually break down the numbers, it almost immediately is a direct result of him not playing quarterback.
Yes.
Like they were that much worse without him, and I was not up to speed on how much better they were with him, and so I'm buying a lot of Pitt stock right now.
So Notre Dame. Obviously, these are all coin flip games, or some of them are coin flip games. But like, there's a 6-6 season in there, possibly. Like, legitimately, I have them in the playoff. I personally have them in the playoff. But I
Yeah.
think the schedule. I think the schedule is tougher than people think.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, they could be as good as like 10-2, 11-1. They could also be like like you said, I was thinking like even as low as 8-4, 7-5, like
I,
depending
I mean,
on
I
how
yeah,
they replace those key players from last year.
absolutely. Riley Leonard like showed up. Like he really did. Like
Well, he
he
took care of the
carried him on.
ball. That was the best thing he did. He took care of the ball.
Yeah, he made some plays with his legs down the stretch too. But
Yeah.
um, I don't know. I have him on my list, but that's a big question there. I think personally. Do you have any other ACC teams other than Clemson and I guess if you count Notre Dame?
No,
I haven't decided yet.
I do
So
I'll
I
let
not.
you
have
know. I'll
Georgia.
let you know by the end of the podcast. I haven't
I
decided
have
yet.
this is all, and we talked about it. This is all under the assumption that Haynes King is going to stay healthy. I have Georgia Tech in.
Do you really see?
I think. See, I think Georgia Tech's going to be the SMU of last year.
I
I think
love
they're going to
Georgia
be that.
Tech so much.
I think they're going to be that surprise team that's going to sneak in.
My
Um,
problem is I think Georgia Tech's going to be a big problem in the ACC, which is why they're my dark horse. But their non-conference can blow. I mean, they could lose to
yeah,
Georgia.
absolutely. I
That's
mean,
where to me like it could get. They could make a lot of noise in the ACC and still not make a playoff because they could screw up and lose non-conference, and that kicks them out completely.
but if they lose to Georgia, how much of a hit is that going to be to the committee? You know what I mean?
I think what
And,
he's
and,
saying
and-
is if they're 11-0 and then lose to Georgia, they're fine.
Well, they're
But if
fine,
they have
but
like
they're not going to be because they're also going to lose to Clemson, so they're going to be 10-2 at best.
yes,
so if they can avoid a bad loss somewhere in that schedule, then I could see them being in.
if they're 10-2, if they're 10-2 with losses to Clemson and Georgia, they're
Oh,
in,
they're in.
like no
Yeah, they're
doubt.
in. But I mean, at Duke is scary.
I agreed. That's my dark
Uh,
horse is Duke.
I
But
know
also,
we just talked
But
about
look at
Pitt. I mean,
yeah, for sure. But again, Georgia Tech had Georgia dead to rights last year, and this is at Georgia Tech
mhm.
this year. Haynes King is back. We know what he is. Again, and this is all under the assumption that Haynes King stays healthy, kind of like
Has
you
to be.
mentioned.
Has to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think their offensive line is going to be very good again. I
They
see a
actually
very
they actually did
winnable,
lose three starters, but Brett Key is an
they have,
offensive line coach, so I'm
and
totally fine.
they have they have dudes coming in at offensive line. They were recruiting 5 stars legitimately, like out of high school. They're going to be fine on the offensive line. But I mean, if you literally break down their schedule, they played Colorado to open the season in
Hmm.
Colorado. We don't know what Colorado is going to be, but everywhere else, I mean, we talked about Duke. I mean, the Clemson game is going to be what it is, but Clemson and
They got
Georgia are easily the two toughest games on that schedule. I can
they
see
got
them
Pitt in
making a run,
November.
yeah, and Duke away, but I can see that them making like an Indiana type run, even if they lose to Georgia and Clemson, which they might surprise some people in either of those games. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Again, it's a long shot
I
for
love Georgia
sure.
Tech, and I don't disagree with you because the ACC is going to carry more weight than the Big 12.
Absolutely,
So the ACC will get two teams over the Big 12, even if I might personally think two teams in the Big 12 might be better.
which
But
is which leads me to who do y'all have that represent the Big 12? I have Utah.
you picked Utah, so
I
that
did.
makes sense.
I have Texas Tech and Arizona State. Those are my two.
Mm,
You
you
have
have two.
two.
Yeah, because well,
So
Arizona State, like they're completely reloading. I mean, minus Scadaboo. I mean, they're completely reloading from last year. And then I had Texas Tech winning the conference this year, so I can see both of them
Mm,
getting in.
interesting.
yeah.
So wait, Brian. So you have two Big 12. Did you also have two ACC teams?
No, I just had Clemson.
Wow.
Mm,
See, I told you I had 11. I'm back and forth because I want to take two Big 12 teams, but I know the committee is going to rank the ACC at a higher hierarchy than they are the Big 12. Even though I
agreed.
think two Big 12 teams might, at the end of the day, be better. And that could be a
You know
total
what?
BS argument because we also said the winner of the Big 12 could go 8-4, and I still think it's very much on the table.
You know what would solve this?
2018 playoff. Yeah, it would. We wouldn't have to have. We would just have we would have to quit, boys. There'd be no reason to have this thing every week. So we would just be like, oh, everybody's in. Just shoot. Everybody's in. Everything's fine.
Everything's
Nah,
fine.
next year for our conference previews, we just every week for the preview shows we have to pick the top 7.
Yeah.
So
All right,
we'd
Brian.
have a list every week.
I'm kind of
Um,
diverting because I'm still trying to figure it out. But I think Arizona State might be one of the most disappointing teams this year.
I agree 100%.
I think that
I think
people are
I
so
think
high on them. Sam Levitt's very good. I like Kenny Dillingham a lot, but the hype is way above, I think, what they can achieve.
I am 100% on board with that. I think it's the same like South Carolina hype. South Carolina looked good and beat Clemson at the end of the year. Everybody's remembering what happened with that. Arizona State again. I just I can't quit thinking about Texas State going up 21-0 and should have beat them last year.
Hmm.
And Scatabo literally talked about 100 times carried them into the playoffs and should have beat Texas
I
by
mean, again,
himself.
dude, I'll go through it at Utah, home
You
against
know,
Tech, but at Iowa State and at Baylor. And again, I'll go underneath the mic here. I'll even say at Mississippi State. They all
yeah,
Mississippi State almost beat them last year. It was a seven
they
point
did.
game.
It was close. It was a close
It was
game last year for
close.
sure.
Like I'm
It was
like
early. It was early.
I'm not blaming you for the pick because a lot of people are
Oh
with
no,
you.
no, it's
I'm just
fine.
on
No,
the
I'm fine.
very other end of the spectrum with Arizona
Yeah,
State.
no, that's fine.
I just don't think they're gonna live up to the overwhelming hype that has followed them from the Cinderella of last year.
Agree.
Yeah. And I'm not necessarily on the hype train where I think that they're gonna roll people this year, but I do think that based on everything they have coming back, I mean, I think
They
they can
do.
be still really good this year.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they do have a decent ceiling for sure. But I feel like their floor also bottoms out as well.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I feel like that's the whole Big 12 in a nutshell.
Yeah, I mean, losing
Like,
Scatterboo obviously is a huge, huge part of it for sure. So,
yeah. Um,
I'll take two
what was
Big
I gonna
12
say?
teams then too. That's fine. I'll take two. I'm ready for it. It's Kansas State and Utah. I think they meet in the conference title game. I think it's both of them.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna find a lot about Kansas State this coming up weekend.
Yeah.
Um, it's crazy to do a conference game there, but whatever. Um, did uh did any of y'all have SMU repeating what they did last year?
mhm.
No. Yeah, I agree. I don't think SMU is going to be as good. Their schedule is not as favorable.
I
Same thing
I
with Indiana.
I kind of have SMU on the same tier as Arizona State of just
Yeah,
I think Jennings gets a lot of hype, but I think he's more of the quarterback we saw in the playoff and against Clemson than he is everything else. I don't think
yeah,
he's as good as people are. There's a reason he wasn't picked to be the starter, guys. I mean,
yeah,
and I think he had a good run, but I just don't see it again.
yeah,
And I'll say this as well. I think if they go like, I know SMU money's really good, but if they're able to hold on and go like 8-4 or 9-3, I think Rhett Lashley's taking an SEC job that opens up this fall, and then they're just in a complete rebuild mode.
Yeah,
Florida,
Maybe, yeah. I mean, Florida. I've already said I think Florida's going to be open. So yeah, I think Florida's going to be open. I think
Arkansas.
Arkansas is going to be open,
Yeah,
100%. So I think Rhett Lashley will be a very high name on a lot of people's list. And even though SMU has the deep pockets, it's not SEC. So I think if he has, unless they bomb out and go 6-6, he's probably an SEC coach next year. So
yeah. Um, does that put us at 10? I think it's 10 with
I have
two more
11
each.
currently.
No, no. I mean, we've gone over like our 10. So how many SEC schools do y'all have? Do y'all have four? You have
I
two.
have 3.
I can't see your fingers.
I have four. Sorry, I have four.
Four.
Yeah, I have four.
I have
Okay,
3.
so Brian, you have LSU, Texas, and Georgia.
Yep.
Who's your fourth? Will?
It's my dark horse, guys. I'm
Yeah,
going
I
Homer.
don't
I'm
Yeah,
going Homer.
I actually
I
have them in as
waited.
well.
I
I mean,
waited.
I actually
I legitimately think this team is going to go 10-2. I think we beat Notre Dame on the road. I think we lose at LSU. I think we lose at Texas. But I know we find a way to screw it up and trip over our own feet every year. And maybe I'm just drinking the Kool-Aid, but I think there's a lot to like about this team. I think the home matchups are very favorable, and I think Marcel Reed's better than people are giving him credit for. So I have A&M in.
I have A&M in solely based on their run game.
Yeah,
Like that's literally why.
I think it might be
I
the
think,
best run game in the conference.
yeah, I think they're gonna bully teams. Honestly, um, so for that reason, I have A&M in for sure. That is mine. And then the last one, I think for everybody, is the group of five.
Hmm.
Who y'all got?
I got Boise.
Will?
Boise.
I have Tulane.
Do you really?
I put Tulane
I
in. Yeah,
I really wanted to go UNLV. I think but I think it's a year too early. I think Dan Mullen's going to build something there. But when I went and looked at the schedules of Boise State and UNLV, I think Boise State just is able to navigate theirs a little easier. And I think
yeah.
if it came down to a same record, I don't even care opponent, just take opponents out. A same record Boise State versus a same record Tulane, say, the name recognition of Boise is going to get in over Tulane.
I think it depends on what Tulane does against Ole Miss. If Tulane beats Ole Miss, I mean, I guess Boise is the same thing at Notre Dame, right? They both have two pretty tough games on their schedule. But if one of those two teams can win those games, I think it's going to boost your resume high enough to get them in. And from what I'm seeing, like Ole Miss is the only team on the schedule that they have less than a 50% chance of beating. Right. So
I
their schedule.
no, yeah,
What's
I
that?
would just I would say the same about Boise State. Like at Notre Dame's the only
Yeah.
game they're not going to be favored in.
I mean
Yeah.
UNLV. Like the
At home
UNLV
though,
matchup is no. I know, but what I was gonna say is like the UNLV matchup is almost like uh, Tulane versus Army or Tulane versus Memphis or Tulane versus Navy, right? It's
that's
like that
fair.
kind of matchup. Um, but I don't know.
I think
Um,
Tulane
but
has a tougher path
they
just
do. They
because.
play. They also play Duke as well.
Mm.
So I mean, if they win that game as well, I mean that's a pretty solid resume in my opinion. Wins against Duke, Memphis, Army, and then depending what the Ole Miss game happens, I mean, let's just go ahead and say they lose the Ole Miss game, and if Boise loses the Notre Dame game, I don't know. I think if Tulane goes 11-1 with a loss to Ole Miss but a win against Duke, I think that looks better than Boise's resume with a loss to Notre Dame and their the way their schedule shakes out.
And that's
I
why
would
I
agree.
was kind of shaky on
I would
Tulane
agree with that.
because they have to go 11-1. Like if they go
I mean,
10-2, I mean, I think it'd be hard for them to get in over Boise.
but if Boise goes 10-2,
Yeah, but I don't think they
like,
will. I mean, now if they do, like if they lose to UNLV, then yeah, obviously the conversation comes back up. But I mean, I
but
think
Yeah,
Boise
like yeah,
State's only loss is probably
I,
Notre Dame.
but I also we also have to question. We also have to ask the same questions about Boise State as we do Arizona State. Ashton Jeanty carried that team as well, just like Scadabo did. Like they're going to have to replace a lot of production. Where's that going to come from?
I just think
I feel like
they're just so much superiorly better than everybody else in their conference that
Yeah.
yes, I get what you're saying 100%, but I just think that they're just so much better. And they're also bringing back the quarterback. They have a pretty good freshman running back that was buried below. I mean, he was the backup last year, but I mean, he was buried by Genty, and he was actually a
yeah,
pretty good player. So like,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, I don't hate Tulane. I mean, we talked about it in the in the group of five preview. I like Tulane.
yeah.
I just think that the schedule shakes out harder, and at the end of the day, if it
Hmm.
even if it came to 10-2 against each other, I get your point about beating if they were to beat Duke.
They also play
If the,
Northwestern at home too. I mean, again, Northwestern's no world beater. I mean, it's a Big Ten opponent. Whereas, like the committee's going to see that and be like, "Oh, they beat a Big Ten opponent." Like Boise State doesn't have that opportunity on their schedule.
I
Yeah.
think I think if they were both 10-2, Boise would get in unless Tulane beats Ole Miss. If they have the Ole Miss win, that's where they flip. But I don't know why. I think the name recognition, because we know how they do it in the war room there when they're deciding teams. I think name recognition would get Boise over Tulane if they had the same
Okay,
record.
so say Boise or Tulane go 10-2, and but you have another undefeated team in the Sun Belt.
They're in.
What's happening there? I mean, yeah.
They're in. I mean,
Or
for
what
them to
if what
not
if
put a
if Boise goes 11-1 and their losses to Notre Dame, and but you still have an undefeated? That's where the it's going to be interesting. I
they'd
think.
get in. Boise would get in.
I was gonna say like that undefeated team would have to have like it
And
couldn't
most
be like they grinded out 12 wins. Like they'd have to be beating the brakes off of people to even get in the conversation.
well, I mean, let's take Texas State for example. I mean, if Texas State wins on the road at Arizona State and goes undefeated, like they're in.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, if Texas State beats Arizona State on the road and goes 11-1 and loses somewhere else along the way, they have a case as well.
Depends who they lose to.
Who do they lose to?
So it depends
Depends.
on who they lose to.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Because if you beat Arizona State, but then you lose to a, 6-6 team,
Yeah,
like then that looks bad, and so then that's what's going to knock you.
yeah.
Plus, I think like Texas State, I think the like in the ranking they're like number 63 or something. So they would have to absolutely skyrocket to even sniff getting in the conversation.
Yeah, but if you start stacking wins, especially if you go like if they go on the road early in the season against Arizona State, I mean
Yeah,
they're gonna be flirting with top 25.
for sure.
I
I'm
think.
just thinking, I'm just thinking like versus Boise State, who's already in the conversation. Like
Yeah,
it's an easier conversation to keep them up than bring somebody else out of the dark.
that's true. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that.
There's only one way to find
So
out, though. It's all got to play itself out.
Play the
that's right.
games.
You play
Our
to win the game.
yeah, and more games are better. No,
More
I was just kidding.
quality games are better, Lucas. More quality games are better.
That's right. I actually let me see if I can pull that up. So there was actually um, a bracket of what last year's would have been as a 28 team, and dude, there were some really good matchups in my opinion. Hang on, let me find it real quick.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Probably
28
don't
team is
probably don't want to hear this because I'll probably counter argue myself now after hearing what the matchups would have been.
come on. I saw it as, on a tweet. Of course, it's not going to come up, but um,
Was it
we
was it just like ranked one like 1 through 28, one plays 28, like
yeah.
back and forth like that?
No, there were
Or
buys in it.
there was buys? Was it like
Yeah,
2 round buys or just 1 round?
I found it. Um, oh no, come on, it's gonna make me log in. Um, I don't remember. I think it was just. I think it was just one buy actually.
So you would do what? So how would you get to 1 round buy? Math is failing me right now. The top, how many seeds would get a buy? 8?
Dude,
Top,
I don't do quick math like
yeah, it's
that.
8. I don't know why. Wait, are you doing 24? You doing 28?
Uh, 24 just to make it easier.
24 would be 8 because you'd have 16
Yeah.
teams left. So the top 8 would get a bye, and then 9 through 24 would play, and then they would play the top 8. I don't know how 28 would work, but
So some of the matchups here. So I guess Boise and UNLV would have met again. Syracuse and Arizona State. SMU, Colorado. Dude, this one would have been a great matchup. Alabama and Army.
are you trying to help your point or are you trying to disprove your point? Because I haven't heard a matchup yet that gets me all out of my seat.
Dude, Alabama lost to Vandy. Don't forget that. You
Army also
had
got their I almost said something. Army got
so
their teeth kicked in, dude.
it was a one bye, so one round bye. So Oregon, Penn State, Georgia, and Texas all got the first round bye. Um,
Only
it would have
4?
been yeah, only four. This is for it looks like 28.
Oh, so they just had it all kind of, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Um, Tennessee, Iowa.
Oh, Iowa got in?
Yeah.
That's all I
Oh
needed to
my
Uh,
hear.
gosh.
Screw it. 28 team is stupid. Done. Iowa got in last year. This
Michigan,
whole
Uh,
thing
Michigan,
is no.
Michigan, Notre Dame.
Michigan couldn't get a
Uh,
first down.
I
They
know.
were
LS,
beyond god awful.
so it looks like the only other Ole Miss and Mizzou got in. They would be playing each other first round. Those are the only other two SEC teams that even got. Oh, South Carolina would play Iowa State. That would have been a good game.
I would argue that would be the one good game.
Out of everything you've given me so far, that might have been the best one yet. Yeah.
Louisville, Indiana. Good
That would
game.
have been a crapshoot.
Schedule merchant.
Clemson, BYU. Dude,
Sw-
BYU would have hung in, dude.
Mm.
Um, Ohio State, Baylor.
Oh my gosh, dude.
No. But then after that, it would have been okay. So the second round would have been much better because then it would have been Ohio State versus Alabama. Hang on, Ohio State, Alabama. It would have been Ole Miss against Texas. It would have been Georgia against South Carolina or Iowa State, which we talked about. It would have been uh, probably SMU versus Tennessee. Notre Dame versus probably Arizona State or Syracuse. Miami versus Penn State. That would actually been a very good game because Penn State's offense
yeah.
wasn't crazy, but watching Cam Ward against that defense would have been interesting.
I'll say that would have been
Oregon,
elite offense versus elite defense.
yeah, Oregon versus Clemson, and then Louisville versus Boise State.
May
PSG in
I?
the
Just
front.
just
May
just
I?
make it a 16-team playoff. I know.
You're damn right, guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
The 16 team playoff gets us to everything right there. So
yeah.
we're good. Like, yeah.
But but again, now you're not giving these other teams a chance, right? Like Mizzou could beat Ole Miss. Like that could happen. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Last year?
Yeah,
No.
dude.
Not the
Ole Miss lost to Kentucky. Kentucky only had one conference win last year. That was against Ole Miss. One.
yeah, but
Any given Saturday, dude. Absolutely. Missouri could have beat Ole Miss last year for sure.
I disagree. But
Absolutely.
do y'all want
It
to
depends.
see what
No, go ahead.
college or NCAA 26 what their bracket looks like in a
No,
simulated
I
season?
saw the graphic. This is
Did you
abysmal.
see it? Did you see it, Lucas?
This is
I did
abysmal.
not.
Oh
So,
God, Lucas.
so here you go. So the first four, the top four seeds: number one Clemson, number two Penn State, number three Oklahoma, and number four Texas Tech. And then the first round, number five Indiana versus number 12 Liberty, number eight
Oh
Miami
God,
versus number nine Auburn, number six Nebraska versus number 11 Iowa State, and number seven Tennessee versus number 10 Washington.
that is
So
awful.
no Georgia, no Texas. Uh, there's
No
a whole
LSU.
list of no Ohio State, no
It has
No.
LSU,
it has four SEC teams in this, which is pretty lockstep with what we were thinking. Those four teams would be Auburn, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and I'm blanking. I saw four.
Tennessee. Did
No,
you say
there's
Tennessee?
Georgia.
yeah,
Georgia.
No, not Georgia.
my mistake.
Yeah,
It had
that's
There's
three.
three.
It's
Yeah.
three. Auburn, Tennessee, and Oklahoma. And remind me, guys, how many of us had any of those three in the top 12?
not
Zero.
me.
Yeah, yeah, zero.
The national championship is Texas Tech beating Nebraska in Hard Rock Stadium.
Your
Just like
bracket
we
looks
imagined.
real good, Brian.
That's right. Conference champ, baby.
Your bracket looks real. You're the only one that has both those teams making it, right? So yeah,
There
your
you
bracket
go,
looks
dude.
real good.
Promised land.
Uh,
All
I
right.
should have
So
just
are
told
we?
y'all. I should have just told y'all this was my 12 teams first, just to see what y'all would say.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Just no to everything that we said. Ohio State,
Yeah.
no. Texas, no. Yeah.
this
Um.
this
Um,
had to be a one-time simulation, right? There's no way they did this like 100 times is what it came out with.
it had to have been.
Yeah, I don't know.
It says multiple
Ugh.
times.
Oh,
So that could have been two.
25 simulations.
Mm.
that's
52
that's
different
crazy.
programs earned
That's
at least
crazy.
one college football appearance. The most frequent were
Will had
Georgia.
enough.
Yeah.
That's
He had enough. He said, "Nah,
The most frequent were Georgia, Penn State, Miami, Oregon, Texas Tech, and Texas.
that's wild,
Duke actually got
wild."
in 14 out of the 25 teams.
Telling you,
but
dude,
less
dark
than the
horse.
ones that made it.
Every,
Um,
listen to this, every SEC program got into it at least once except Kentucky. So even Mississippi State found a way to get into the playoff.
God,
and that just shows how bad this entire exercise was.
But
yes.
Florida State did not get in. North Carolina never got in. BYU, TCU, Iowa, UCLA, and Wisconsin never got in.
Out of every team you
Mm,
just named, the only one that has a gripe is probably TCU.
Yep, that's
yeah,
funny.
wild.
That's awesome.
That's horrific.
Um,
There you go.
so boys, are we making our first picks of the season?
Let's do it.
It's that
Let's
time.
do our
Do our
first
first
five.
five
It's that time.
matchups. Let me pull them up.
Mm.
I did some deep research on all this.
We'll save the best for last. We'll go backwards. So
All right, let's go
I'm
backwards.
yeah,
Well, so we can start the 3 o'clock game and we'll go to the end and then we'll go back to the 11 o'clock game.
yeah.
So our first big matchup of the season is the Idaho State Bengals traveling to face the UNLV Rebels at 3 o'clock on Saturday, August 23rd.
At Allegiant Stadium, by the way.
Allegiant
Um,
Stadium.
The Raiders.
Raiders.
I think we're
Bengals.
gonna. I think we're all gonna clean sweep this one with UNLV, huh, boys?
Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about that one.
Yeah, let's just clean sweep that one.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
so
just pass
bad. It's
through.
the only one that doesn't have a spread listed yet.
Yes.
So our next one is Fresno State at Kansas. Kansas
Mm.
is a 12-point favorite.
I mean, surely Kansas at home with Jalen Daniels.
Is Fresno going to be that bad this year?
I
I
mean,
mean,
I'm picking Kansas, but if Texas would allow gambling, I might be taking Fresno State plus 12 here.
Hey, Kurt
yeah.
Warner's son is the starting quarterback for
I
Fresno
mean,
State.
I'm picking Kansas for the graphic. I'm picking Kansas, but if we could bet on this, I might be taking Fresno State plus 12.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what Kansas's offense is going to look like. I think they put up points this year. Um,
I think
I mean,
Kansas is. I think Kansas is carbon copy of last year. They might win 7 games. They're going to lose games they shouldn't, but they're going to beat teams they also shouldn't. That's just that might
yeah,
just be who they are now.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, gonna roll Kansas for me. Um, but laying the 12 might not be a bad call.
I mean, just looking at EJ Warner's stats, so in his 3 seasons at Temple and Rice, he threw for 9,000 yards, 58 touchdowns, and 37 interceptions.
That's a lot of picks.
37 interceptions in 31 games.
Yeah, we
So I
might be.
might
We
take the
might be.
12.
We might take the
Hmm.
12 for Kansas. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. So we're
I see.
sweeping Kansas
Hmm.
here.
Yeah, sweet
Yeah.
Kansas.
All right. Here's a better matchup. Well, maybe not. 6 o'clock. Sam Houston Bearcats traveling to Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky is a 10-point favorite.
Mm.
It is a conference matchup, too.
God, I
Is it
hate that.
really?
God, I
Yep.
hate
Conference
that.
USA.
That's so
Mm.
dumb.
Uh, I mean, Sam Houston was bad last year. Did they win a conference game last year?
Didn't
Sam
they end up
Houston.
going? Didn't they go on like a little run at the end of
I
the
actually
year?
thought they weren't that bad, right?
I thought they ended up going like 6-6 or something.
I know they beat Texas State,
Yeah, that was a
which
bad loss. Bad,
that was
bad
an
loss.
absolutely awful loss.
They went 10-3, fellas.
I was gonna say I thought they did better last year.
Did they really?
Well, but one of the three losses was to Western Kentucky.
The year before is when
Thirty-one
they went
They went
like,
14.
10-3,
yeah, the year before is when
Dang,
they went like 1-11.
that's
three
what
and
it
nine,
was.
3-9 in 2023, which was their first year in FBS, I believe.
And
Yeah, they were
yeah,
horrible.
yeah, they were very bad.
I mean, 10-3, your second year FBS, not bad, not bad at
Mm.
all.
I can't say I know a lot about the Sam Houston State roster, but I'm gonna go with the Texas boys. I'm gonna have them outright winning.
You go Sam Houston.
I probably shouldn't, but uh, they did get curb stomped by freaking Western Kentucky last year.
I'll say Western Kentucky is supposed to be pretty good this year too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Western Kentucky just so I can win.
Yeah, just so
I'm
you can
I'm gonna
hopefully
be
start off 5-0.
yeah I'm gonna be rooting for Sam Houston State, but I think yeah I'll go Western Kentucky.
Yeah,
I
I
gotta
am
start the
too.
season. I gotta start the season off strong, dude.
I have
What you got, Will?
I have no evidence to back up our argument, but I'm gonna go with Western Kentucky.
I,
Yeah.
I, I, I searched every drawer I had on my desk. I thought I had a quarter. I was gonna flip a coin. Um, but since I don't have one, I'm going Western Kentucky because I just think they're gonna win anyway. But
There you go.
it'd have been a lot more dramatic with a quarter to flip, but I got nothing, so I'm just gonna go Western Kentucky outright.
All right, another sweep.
All right, our 6:30 game is a big one. We got the Stanford Cardinal traveling to fight the Hawaiian Rainbow Warriors.
I mean, Stanford's a bad football team.
So is
Traveling to,
Hawaii.
but traveling to Hawaii is tough. Hawaii are 2.5 point favorites. I'm gonna go with Hawaii just because
Wow,
of
that was a
the whole
5 point flip too. Stanford opened as 2.5 point favorites, and now Hawaii's two and
yeah.
a half point.
I guess people were riding hard on the points. Um, yeah, I'm going Hawaii there.
Well,
Yeah, like Lucas said, that's a quite a long trek to get to Hawaii. Both teams not very good. Stanford abysmal with no direction, no fan base really to talk about. Probably we talked about the Wizards. We talked about it multiple times, like the Wizards being irrelevant. Stanford kind of irrelevant in football. Like no one really talks about them. So give me the Cardinal to go to Hawaii and beat the Rainbow Warriors. The Stanford Trees. Give me the Trees to go win that game. Frank Reich, twice fired in a waste of a year coaching Stanford, is going to win his first game. So,
Frank Reich.
yeah,
I forgot last time we talked about it, and I forgot again.
yeah. Just an actual bridge coach. Never once seen this. To like, he's an intern before the season starts. Just a bridge coach. But yeah, they're going to stink. Might be the only game they win, but Stanford's going to win week zero, boys. Not 1-0. So,
I am also going to take Stanford just because I don't know. Like they're both bad teams. Bad, 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 bad. At least they're playing at 6:30 and they're not playing at midnight or something. So
That's true.
we can at
what
least watch them.
what time is that in Hawaii?
They're
That's
what?
6:30 our time. Is that like
So I think it's
noon?
1:30.
I was like,
I
is
think
it
they're
like
five
noon in
hours.
Hawaii?
Yeah, I think they're 5 hours behind us.
Wow. Interesting.
1:30 kickoff.
Mm.
All right, well, we powered through those. So, and then obviously the big
Farmageddon.
matchup is Farmageddon. We got Iowa State and Kansas State in the Aer
Mm.
Lingus College Football Classic live in Dublin, Ireland, in Aviva Stadium at 11 a.m. So, Will, who you got in this one?
I mean, I picked Kansas State to make the Big 12 title game, picked them to win the Big 12, picked them to make the playoffs. So I have Kansas State here. Um, I think Kleiman is a good coach. I think Avery Johnson makes the step that they people thought he might make last year, but I think he another year in the system, second year underneath his offensive coordinator, I think he does make those adjustments. So I got Kansas State possibly under points though, 49 and a half. People we don't seem to score points in Ireland in years past, boys. So maybe under on the points total, but give me Kansas State.
That was literally going to be my pick was under 49 and a half for sure. That's not even gonna, I don't even think it's going to sniff the over. I can see this being like a 20-14 kind of game.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and man, I think I'm gonna go opposite. I think I'm gonna go Iowa State here. Um, Iowa State, they did make the college football playoff on EA Sports College Football 26, um, and Kansas State did not. So for that reason, I'm rolling with Iowa State. No, I do like what Iowa State's returning back. I really like Rocco at quarterback. I think he progressed a little bit last season. I feel like he kind of had like a lot of hype at the beginning because he was playing really well to start out, and then he kind of had a lull. And so I don't know. I think he comes back. I just don't trust Avery Johnson. Is it Avery Johnson?
Avery
Yeah,
Johnson, yeah.
Yeah,
former
I
point
was
guard
thinking
of the
about
Spurs.
I was thinking about the basketball player for a second. I was like, he's a little. I don't think he's tall enough to play quarterback.
Former
Um,
Dallas
but
Mavericks coach Avery Johnson.
That's right.
just his voice is so recognizable. But no, I just don't know if he's ready to make that jump yet. I mean, he's poised to have a huge season. They've been waiting for him to break out. I think last year he was a little underwhelming, but um, yeah, I'm going to go Iowa State. I think Rocco's one of the better quarterbacks in the Big 12. I don't know how to say his
Yeah,
last name. Is it Brecht? Is it Brecht?
Becht. Becht,
yeah.
right?
Becht.
Becked.
Becht.
Becked. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Kansas State. I think they're gonna be pretty good this year, and I mean, I do think it's gonna be a really good game. Could be back and forth, not necessarily points wise, just gonna be just a lot of momentum swings. So, but I don't know. There's a lot of positive hype around Avery Johnson this year, really taking a step and being better. Uh, and I think if Kansas State, they have the best odds to win the Big 12 right now. So I mean,
Yeah.
I think that overall their team's gonna be good. They have over 70% of their production coming back from last year, so taking a step up. So I think they'll be pretty solid.
Yeah.
Apparently, Dublin, Ireland is known for farming. So not like industrial sized farms, but just like a lot of mixed farming, livestock, dairy, and beef farming. So
Hmm.
they produce cereals, potatoes, and fresh fruit
And Irish butter.
and Irish butter. What is
Yeah.
Irish butter?
Oh,
Butter
you,
from
I
Ireland?
don't know.
you don't use that, Brian? That like Irish cream butter in like the gold package with the green writing?
Oh, like the actual like label.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
dude.
I thought that's what Luke was talking about. It's
That's
really good
exact. That's
butter.
exactly what I'm talking about. It's great butter.
Then
Don't
yes,
they?
I know
Don't
what you're
they also?
talking about.
Don't they also make soap?
Ooh,
Like Irish Spring soap? Isn't
Irish
that a thing?
Spring. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I got
So.
nothing on that one. I was all here for the butter
Yeah.
though.
So yeah, so I guess
But
it
yeah.
makes sense why Farmageddon's in Dublin.
Yeah. I'm
The
sure. I'm
name,
sure.
yes. The name, yes. Two Midwest teams from the Big 12. That doesn't really hit, but maybe the name does.
There you go.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. Hopefully it lives up to the game. All right, that's all I got.
It's good, man. It's fun.
All right. We
Next
appreciate
week.
everybody listening. Go
When
ahead.
we
Next
see
week when
y'all
we.
next week, we'll have football to talk about, boys. Football will have
Yes, we
That's
happened.
will.
right.
Real
Oh,
football. Real
Next.
football.
Next week's pick'em's going to be more fun too.
Oh,
yeah.
week one is spicy. Week one spicy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Putting them together
I'm
now.
ready.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
We appreciate everybody listening to you. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. We'll get better about uploading all of our content in the coming weeks. We're always looking for new ways to make things easier, but they always just seem to get harder. But we do it for the people, so that's why we do it. It's for the people that we love. So thanks for all the support, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.